Om Vang me manasi pratishthitam mano me vachi pratishthitam aviravirma edhi vedasyama ani stha shrutam me ma prahasihi Anena dhitena horatran samdadhami ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram avatu vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So this is the Shanti Patha of Rigveda, yes, from Aitareya. I was mentioning already, most probably, Aitareya, a great rishi, Mahidasa Aitareya, the surrendered being to the earth. Interestingly enough, Rigveda is associated usually with earth, with the fire, Yajurveda with space, Antariksha in between heaven and earth, and Samaveda with the heaven. So we have these associations. And Mahidasa, Aitareya, interesting word Aitareya, for some of you may not know that his mother was Itara. Itara means other, kind of outcast. His father was Rishi, Brahmin, but his mother was outcast. And most probably because of that, they were mocking him and, belittling him and making fun of him. So he called the whole tradition Aitareya, and now it is the most prominent Rigvediya Aitareya tradition, after his mother. So, and this mantra says, Vak me, my speech, manasi pratishtita, is established in my mind. Mano me vachi pratishtitam, and my mind is established in my speech. Aviravirma edhi, be revealed to me, O speech, be revealed to me, O mind. I am adding, O speech, O mind. There is no this, but it's double, revealed to me be. Vedasyama ani stha. You are two foundations of the Veda. Foundation is a relative word. Ani means that axis within the wheel, that central part of the wheel which holds the wheel. Shrutam me ma prahasihi. May what was revealed to me don't leave me, literally. Anena dhitena, and by that learned, ahoratran, the days and nights, samdadhami, I combine, I put together. Ritam vadishyami, I shall speak the truth of becoming. Satyam vadishyami, I shall speak the transcendental truth of being. So I will express the truth of becoming and the truth of being. Tanmamavatu, may that increase me, strengthen me, protect me. Tadvaktaramavatu, may that protect the speaker. Avatumam, protect me. Avatu vaktaram, protect the speaker. Avatu vaktaram, protect the speaker. Now it's quite interesting that the speaker is the one who expresses the truth in dynamic and static sense. The truth transcendental, what is, satyam, and ritam, the truth which becomes here, which is in manifestation. This distinction on truth in being and becoming in the post-Vedic literature is totally lost. There is no more. Rashi is joining us. Namaste, Rashi. So we just started with Shantipatha, which you know very well. The speech, my speech is established in my mind in my speech. Be revealed to me your speech, be revealed to me your mind. You are two foundations of the Veda. It's always understood that the speech is the earth and the mind is heaven, and so by heaven and earth, yes, that things come together. These are the mother and the father of all creatures. So what was revealed to me, Shrutam me, ma prahasihi, don't leave me. By that learned, anena adhitena, ahoratran samdadhami, I combine nights and days. It's like uninterrupted string. I collect my nights and days by uninterrupting process of continuous consciousness, so to say. Consciousness is not uninterrupted through days and nights. You sleep and it is still there. Maybe some of you had this experience. I had it for a few years. I couldn't forget about that thing to be remembered. During the nights also, it was always constantly present, as it were. So you combine days and nights together in this kind of uninterrupted movement forward. I shall speak, I shall express vadishyami, the truth in the dynamic unfoldment or in the evolutionary process, the truth of becoming, written, satyam vadishyami, I shall express or speak the truth of being, transcendental, satyam, what is, tanmama avato, may that increase me, tadvaktaram avato, may that increase or grow within the speaker, the one who expresses the dynamic and static truth. Avato mam, increase me, protect me, avato vaktaram, protect the speaker, protect the speaker. This is the profound Shantipatha of Rigveda. So today we start our hymns to the mystic fire. Our idea was that we will take hymn by hymn, see what Aurobindo says, go deeper into these meanings, and see where it leads us. Yeah. For some of you who may not know how the Veda is being constructed, the Rigveda, Rigveda Samhita. I just say a few words. If you want to know more or have some questions, please just switch on microphone and speak. Rigveda consists of 10 books, 10 mandalas. Here you see Atha Prathama Mandalam. This is the first mandala. So the 10 books, there are more than 10,000 verses in the Rigveda, 10 books. Each of these books has some number of hymns. The first book has 191 hymns, the 10th book also 191 hymns. And in between each hymn, each book is dedicated to different families of rishis. So the first book is a composition of different families. Here we find first Madhuchanda Vaishvamitra. Vaishvamitra means belonging to Vishvamitra's family. Yeah? He is the grandson of Vishvamitra. And there are very ancient rishis in the first book, by the way. We have here Gotama Rahugana, we have here Dirghatama Uchatya, we have here Agastya Rishi, Kutsangirasa, these great rishis. Yes, one is more prominent than the other. You know? Parashara Shaktiya, the one who actually is considered to be the rishi of Jyotisha. So all of these great rishis are located in this mandala, who have 10 or 15, maximum 20 hymns. So they cannot have their own mandala because it requires more hymns. So they are located here in this mandala, in the first mandala. The second mandala belongs to Gritsamada Bhargava, to the Bhrigu Rishi, and to the Bhrigu family of rishis, which are considered to be the most ancient. And the second book is definitely in language and imagery is the most ancient.
Vladimir, where are you reading the name of the rishis and what is on the page? Are you reading? Just
no,
speaking?
I'm not reading. I'm just telling you. Sorry.
Okay.
Confusing.
I was trying to figure out where the names
Where
are
is
written.
it? Yeah, Rishi's. Yeah. I'm just telling you. I can open, of course, these books one by one. It would be maybe even a good exercise for us to know these things because they are valuable and they are needed. Here, 10 books. That was book 1. We can also browse through them. So you can see Grit Samada Bhargava Shaunaka. This is the Dvitiya Mandalam. And then we have the third mandala belongs to Vishwamitra. You can say Rishi Vishwamitra Gadhinach. And the whole family of Vishwamitra, his children and grandchildren. And you know the story of Vishwamitra and Vasishtha. We spoke about this before. So there is another fourth will be belonging to Vamadeva. Gautama, here it is. Yeah, we have Gautama Rahuganaha in the first mandala, and that is his offspring, his son Vamadeva Gautama. And then we have the fifth mandala, Atri family and Angiras rishis. Maybe I should open for you to read because you like to read those names.
You don't have to do that, Vladimir. I'm always a curious person. Everything is exciting for me. So I'm not seeking it.
These are great names and we must know them. All the Indians should know these great avatars. As Mother describes the rishis as involutionary beings. All of them came down bringing the higher knowledge for humanity. So it's not a small thing, you know. We know about Krishna and Rama, but these are the avatars. They come down with this great knowledge. The whole families, they brought this knowledge for humanity and not only for India. So, of course, I'm very glad that you asked about the names of the rishis because they are so important. And the sixth mandala is Bharadvaja, Barhaspatya. There is always a lineage. So Barhaspatya tells us that he comes from Brihaspati lineage. Yeah? Mitra Varuna, the Vasishtha next will be Maitra Varuni. If we open, let me open. So you can see Vasishtha Maitra Varuni. That is his lineage. He comes from the lineage of Mitra and Varuna. Can you imagine Mitra and Varuna, the divine consciousness and being, are his parents, parentage. So it tells us something about unique quality of the rishis. Yeah? And in general, let me finish with the whole overview first. And the eighth mandala, as you see, will be Kanva family, Gaura, or Ghora Angirasa. Ghora Angirasa was the teacher of Krishna, actually, son of Devaki. It is mentioned in Chandogya. So this is the Kanva family, Medhati Ti Kanva. The ninth mandala dedicated totally to Soma, exclusively to Soma deity by many different rishis. So He is also Madhuchanda Vaishvamitra, the same beginning as the first mandala. And the 10th mandala is again a composition of different rishis, the same as the first one. And in the 10th mandala, we find very rare rishis belonging to the either very rare lineage or very rare hymns of some of them, so to say. And also the hymns connected to the later time, closer to us. We have already the hymns of creation, Purusha Suktam, Nasadiya Suktam, Devi Suktam. All of them belong to the 10th mandala. If I open it, we can even browse through it. It may give you a good sense of what it is. It starts with Trita, Aptya, very rare rishi. His hymns, and many, many hymns of different origin. Rishi Vaivasvati Yami, you see, Yami and Yama. This is a beautiful myth about Yama and Yami, brother and sister twins, the solar deities who came down here, bringing the whole humanity down into embodiment. And then they got to separate. So Yama was the first one who died and who found the way back, way back to our origin from which the whole group soul came down. So he had to depart, and Yami didn't want him to depart. She wanted to stay with him together. They were twins. And he said, no, now you will be here alone on earth. You find for yourself different companionship, and I am going back to the origin from which we came. So he went back to the psychic origin from which all our souls came down, and she stayed here on earth. And this is quite interesting because these two solar deities, Yama and Yami, are responsible for the soul traveling. So when the soul dies here, Yama comes, or Yama sends his Sarameya dogs, his, messengers, so to say, who will take the soul and lead the soul back to its origin, protecting it on the way. So these Sarameya dogs, they have 4 eyes around them, and they look around and they see the danger coming from everywhere, and they drive the soul back to the origin. That where the soul rests, as Mother says, I'm referring to the Mother. Once we left our body, we go up to our psychic world where we take rest, make a new plan, a new vision, and then we are waiting for the signal from below, and there will be some blinking of light. Yeah? And that blinking of light tells us as a soul who made a decision to have certain experiences that is suitable, more or less, place for its embodiment, for that plan which soul envisioned. And so the soul plunges into that blinking. And then you're embodied somewhere, in some family. And who is doing that blinking from another side when we are in heaven? And I think that is Yami. Yami is responsible for the soul traveling back to earth, to its own, place where it is destined to be, to get its own experience. And this is amazing, this kind of duality which is providing for us to travel, reincarnation here on earth. So this is Yama and Yami. One hymn to them is dedicated.
Yeah, I was saying, where does Yami live?
She lives in the psychic entity of Earth. Your Mother says that Earth is the psychic being in the universe. It is the soul of the universe, where things can change, evolve. Even the great gods who want to change and evolve have to take the human shape or maybe some animal shape, body here on earth to evolve and to change. Otherwise, they will never change. So it is the very psychic presence on earth. And the psychic presence in heaven is Yama. These are two deities. Later, Yama becomes the Lord of Death, because he always comes to fetch the soul, to help the soul to find its way back to heavenly home. And that's why Sri Aurobindo in his Savitri never calls the Lord of Death Yama, because Yama is not a killer of the body. He is the savior of the soul. And since when we die, the soul is to be saved. That's why he is there, to help it, to find its way to its origin. And not there to kill the body. So later it was kind of understood that he is the Lord of Death. But notice he is the Lord of Death, and at the same time he is Dharmaraj, the Lord of Dharma for some reason. Yeah, that is about Yama and Yami. I'm just kind of browsing through 10th mandala, which is closer to us. You can see here also Yama Vaivasvata. It is that Yama, the Lord, who represents Vivasvat. Vivasvat is the sun involved in this manifestation, the sun hidden within the darkness. You will find very interesting hymns here dedicated to these rare deities. At the end, you will see the creation hymns to Vishwakarman, hymns to, especially at the end is very beautiful. After 100, there are 191 hymns in the 10th mandala. Let me come back and come down to the end. Here, the last hymns, you can see this hymns of creation, Ritam cha Satyam, Chabhidhat, Tapaso, Adhyajayata. This is how they are Ritam and Satyam, and from them, from the tapas of them, the darkness was born. Ratri Rajaya Tatatach, from the truth and the power of the truth. From the power of the truth, the darkness, the night was born. We spoke about this hymn when we looked into the Vedic creation. And the last hymn, the most beautiful, is the hymn of unity, we can call it. Look at this, Rishi Samvananach Angirasach. Angiras, the family of Angiras rishis, Samvanana, rejoicing together can be translated from root one, or conquering together and enjoying being together. And this is the most profound and beautiful message to the whole humanity, the last hymn of the Rigveda. Sam idyuvase vrishanagne vishvanyarya ilaspade samidhyase samnovasunya bhara samgachadvam samvadadvam samvo manansi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve samjanana upasate. Look how it beautifully starts. Some, double prefix. Together, indeed. You will say, you unite, O Lord, O Agni, Vishvani, all these beings for the Arya, for the noble one. Ilaspade, in the place of the truth, Ila, revelation. Samidhyase, you are kindled. Sanova Sunya Abhara, bring to us all the luminous treasures. Samgajadvam, go together. Samvadadvam, speak together. Samvomanansi janatam, may your minds be together. Deva bhagam yatha purve, as the first gods partook of the assignment, let us say, of the portion, samjanana, agreeing together, sat together and partook of the portion of the sacrifice, agreeing together in their work. Samano mantrach, common mantra, samitich samani, coming together, common, samanam manach, common the mind, sahachittam esham, the consciousness of these should come together. Samanam mantram, common mantra abhimantra yevach, I recommend you. Samanena vo havisha juhomi, with a common oblation I am making this offering. Samani va akutich, may your will in the body be common, be one. Samana hridayani vaha, may your hearts be one. Samana mastu vomano, may your mind be one. Yatha vaksu sahasati, as you shall be together perfectly in the future. This is a profound message to the whole humanity. Speak together, go together, speak together, put your minds together. These are the messages of the Veda. So this is the last hymn, and the first hymn is the hymn of Agni, and that was the topic for today. And let us look into this hymn. It is a very important hymn. I remember once when I started my studies in St. Petersburg University, after the first year of studies of Sanskrit, they told me you can choose any hymn or verses from the scriptures to make your research, so to say. We have to submit research after 1 year. So they told me, take the first hymn of the Rigveda. And I was a little disappointed because I thought it is such a common hymn, everybody knows it. What is there to really find new? Yeah? But then when I looked into it, I was surprised. It is like, in a nutshell, the whole vision of the Rigveda is packed into these 9 verses. First, I noticed that first 5 verses start with Agni. Notice, Agnim, Agnich, Agnina, Agne, Agnich. And then the next 4, there is no Agni. Yeah? That was first for me a surprise. I thought there must be something about these 5 with Agni starting and then no Agni for the next 4. And then I started to look into the meaning of them. And so the verse starts with this, Agnim ile. Literally, ile, I adore. Aurobindo translates it from root id, to seek with adoration. I seek with adoration the flame. I aspire with adoration to find the flame. Purohitam, put in front. Yajnasya Devam, the Lord of the shining being of the sacrifice. Ritvijam, the one who makes sacrifices according to Ritu, to the seasons. Hotaram, the one who invokes all the gods. Ratnadhatamam, and bestows the greatest Ratna, wealth, riches. This is him, Agni. In one line, we have all major characteristics of Agni. So I seek Agni with adoration. Now, what is Agni etymologically is another big question. Aurobindo says it might be from Ag, root Ag, which is lost now. Yaska says that it is agre nayati iti agnihi, agre, forward, leading forward, that is Agni. Like Ag is forward, ni is nayati, from root ni, to lead. It could be also from root aj, like we have bhaj, bhagna, aj, agna, yeah, and with e ending. So root aj means to lead forward, and from here ajach. Ajach is the leader forward, or the goat, and the goat is, or the lamb is the vahana for Agni. Notice. It is that which is carrying Agni forward. He is the leader forward. He is Purohita. He is the one put in front of our journey. And it's quite interesting that he is Purohita, because Mother says that inner fire, inner flame in the heart has to come forward to lead our journey. So here he is already in front for the Rishi. Rishi has him in front leading us in our journey. Yeah. Anytime you have a question you want to clarify or something, please shoot. Don't wait till the end of the story, because I can be carried, very easily with this text.
Yeah, this puro, the word puro, I thought also
Purahita.
Purahita, not that which came from.
It's not pura. No.
Not pura. Okay.
It's puras. Puras means in front. Purastad, another word, in front. Yes, hita established from Ruddha, PPP, participle perfect passive voice. So put in front, literally. Yes, it is him who is put in front, who is the luminous Godhead of our transformation, Yajñasya Devam. It is him who is transforming our being here, luminous Godhead. Devam means luminous, literally, from root div, to shine. Yes, from here we have Divasa, day, Dinam, day. From here we have Daivam, the destiny, because it is assigned to us by gods. From here we have divine. Yeah, divine is the same. From here we have Diauch, heaven. From here, Zeus in Greek. Diauch and Zeus is the same etymology. Yes? It's that luminous heaven, or luminosity, shining being of our transformation. Ritu Ijam, the one who sacrifices in accordance with the time, proper to time, proper to the seasons. Yeah, he knows in what time to do what is first, what is next. He's not mixing the order. He knows the order of the procedure. Hotaram, he is the one who invokes, who brings down all the gods into this manifestation. He brings all the powers of higher consciousness to work here as the divine will. He invokes them and commands them to come down and to work in this manifestation. And all of them obey his command, because, as Sri Aurobindo says, he is the divine will. He wills and they obey. Even if they don't want to come down, because of this aspiration within our heart, we aspire for the true being, then these gods must come down to assist us in our journey. This is a very sacred meaning of aspiration. Aspiration is that flame aspiring for higher consciousness. And once we aspire, these forces of higher consciousness come down to assist us and to widen our scope. And he bestows the greatest of the riches. At the end, he is the one who gives us the realization. Now, you see one line, and without Agni, as Sri Aurobindo says, there is no sacrifice. There is nothing here for us to do. If there is nobody aspiring here for higher life, there will be no higher life. So Agni has two major forms. One is Agni present in the earth nature. hidden within the darkness, immortal among mortals, that presence in Earth atmosphere, that Agni, which is aspiring in every creature towards betterment, towards higher capacity, so to say, the survival of the fittest, that Agni, which causes and makes everyone survive and become better and better and better in survival and development. And there is other Agni, the flame within the heart. And that Agni is a bit different. So Rigveda speaks about this Agni in two different terms. Priya, we will come to it in other hymns. Priya, beloved, or Idiyah, worthy. Yes.
Just 1 second. When you said the Agni of the first kind, so is it, when I'm thinking about it, it feels as if it's there in the love also, like when somebody's aspiring to love, or even the love of the flower with which it grows towards the sun. Is it also not?
Absolutely. It is that Agni, yes. It is Agni in nature. Flower grows towards the sun, is, moving towards light. It is that Agni, yes, in the flowers, in the greenery, in the animals, in the mother animal protecting her kid, her calf, giving her life without thinking. So this is something which is inbuilt in nature already. It is there. But in the heart, it carries different quality or brings different, how to say, different characteristic of the divine. And somebody asked the mother about this. Did Rishi know about Agni, flame in the heart? And she answers, no, they didn't know, but they discovered. This was a good answer. They discovered the flame in the heart. And the characteristic, the presence of the divine in the heart, which is seeking the divine manifestation. That flame, that beloved one, that, which seeks only divine manifestation, that spark, psychic flame, as we speak about it. Yeah. And there is, in general, in nature, there is the psychic presence in all nature. There is a flame within the heart and there is a presence in nature. And these two are two different flames, as it were. The same flame, of course. One is more refined and more individualized in the heart, but in the nature it's more universal presence, which is pushing with the universal Agni. By the way, Vedic rishis speak of Agni as universal force, that force of Rudra, that son of Shiva. Yeah? He is the flame pushing forward the whole manifestation upward. That is the Agni we are dealing with. And you can see there are two different myths. One is the myth of sacrifice of nature, that is by the tapasya, by the concentrated effort by our natural means, by our mental will, by our desire to get somewhere. For example, you want to become a sportsman or chess player or violinist. So you will have to dedicate a lot of time to play violin every day until that tapasya, that effort, is paid back and you get that quality. So in that way, that is the tapasya, the Agni within the nature, within the instruments. But there is Agni within the heart, within the soul, which is seeking the truth, the divine manifestation. And it is a bit different. It works not through the effort, personal effort and tapasya, but through surrender, through self-giving to the divine. And that effort is considerably different from the effort within tapasya. So that's why Mother spoke about, the path of the cat and the path of the monkey. As you remember, commenting on Ramakrishna's presentation Ramakrishna spoke about two, the path of the monkey and the cat. So the path of the cat is giving herself totally to the mother to carry. Yeah? And whatever happens, the mother cat may drop the kitten and kitten will fall and die or something. There is a total trust of the kitten to the mother cat. There is no way that the cat can just trust and give itself to the mother. And the monkey is different. It is holding on to the mother. And if the monkey child will lose the grip, then it is... So there are two different paths. Path of tapasya is monkey's path, and path of surrender is kitten's path. And somehow Mother says that these two are not easily complementary. You cannot do both. You cannot hold on to the mother and surrender to her. You have to trust and you have to let go. Yeah? You remember the song, Let It Be. Words of wisdom. That is the surrender. Let it be. Don't try to make it your way. But the path of tapasya is also very valid and very powerful. And it is also Agni there present within the instruments, within the effort, within the mental and vital will, within the bodily will. And so these two are there. One is somehow connected to Shiva, Rudra. That's why he's always in favor for tapasvins, whoever they are, even demons. And the other is the surrender to Vishnu, which is much more difficult to do. And that Krishna, the baby in the heart, that Antaryamin, Chaitya Purusha, Angushtamatra Purusha, that Vamana Devata within the heart of man, that psychic being who is surrendering himself to the divine and loves the divine. So between these two, we will see constantly interaction in the Rigveda. When we will be studying the Agni, we will see two different approaches. You will start noticing this. Our rishis are dealing with this. Different aspirations. Effort and aspiration from the heart.
There's always, if I may ask, Vladimir, one doubt, like when I learned to chant the Purusha Suktam, they talk about the Dahara Akasha and the lotus. So I've always wondered, they say the flame also and the lotus also. So what are the two metaphors? Are they speaking about the same thing, or is there a difference?
Yeah, when they speak about Adhara, the Adhara is that, well, it's language of a later post-Vedic literature mainly, Adhar, But vessel, which is actually embodying, or Deham, which is embodying Dehin, the soul. But Deha itself has its own power and its own intention. You can build on it. You can build on the power of nature, everything. And that was the ancient way of sacrifice. We have two different ways of sacrifice. Sacrifice of nature, when we sacrifice our mind, vital and body to the divine presence, or we give our soul to the divine, our love, flame from within. And with our love, we attract the divine. And these two are quite different methods. One is bhakti, more love, which devotion. It's like Mirabai or Kabir. Or, Mirabai saw the divine in every being, in every tree, and smiling from the sun, from the moon, hiding in here and there. She was so poetic because she was so in love with the divine, and found him everywhere. That is the aspiration of the heart. No tapasya, no effort. Forget about effort. Forget about, making things happen. No happening, just loving. And there is another tapasvin's method. You can make concentrated effort to achieve certain results, to break through ego and to demolish your resistance and your attachment to different habits. It's a very heavy work, heavy path, but it works. Both of them have place. Both of them are here. Nobody dominates. It's quite interesting that both of them are somehow, and you can see two different energies in the body. One is more Kundalini Shakti, that is the Shakti of in nature, the hidden divinity within the nature, which unfolds and opens up the whole nature to the divine, opening all the chakras to Sahasrara, and finally Sadashiva joins and present. It becomes present in all the Adhar. Or there is the flame in the heart, the aspiration in the heart, which has hardly anything to do with these chakras, as it were. It disregards all these chakras and nature. It wants the divine, calls for it. And when the divine descends as Maha Kundalini from above, because the aspiration from the heart calls to it, then it opens chakra by chakra, but not from below up, but from above down, chakra by chakra, till the lowest one. But Sri Aurobindo says that this way of opening our being from above is much safer, because we open first Sahasrara, which is already the divine seat of the divine. So there is no danger there. And so this Mahashakti descends from level to level, deeper and deeper into our Adhar, illumining and transforming all our levels of consciousness. So it's much safer because we have a ground in the divine rather than from below. When we open the lower chakra, Muladhara chakra, it opens us to all the levels on that level, all the forces, and they start acting upon us. It's very tricky and very dangerous. You need a protection of the guru who knows what is going on, and he could prevent you from dangers. So these are different paths, and you can see that they have different methodology, different views. We have also sexual energy, which is also connected to Kundalini. There's procreation in nature, the delight in nature being, procreated and moving forward. And you have that love in the heart, which is very different from love in the sexual center. These two, our mother says, are not even complementary. They cannot even easily come together, There are many issues of our psychology because of these two fires. One fire in the heart, loving the divine directly, and the other fire growing from within the nature, seeking the divine manifestation in nature, wants the divine to take charge of every level in nature. And both are worshipped in the Rigveda.
Vladimir, if everything is designed and devised by the Purusha and the Purushottama and the divine bliss, then why these two not so complementary but placed? Why the gap?
It's, I think, for the sake of manifestation. The right answer would be, otherwise it would not be there. Why to have the gap? The gap is that in which all things will become manifested. The divine can manifest in the multitude reality. So for that purpose, we have the gap. And as Shiva would, as we know from Shiva Purana and Vayu Purana, that Shiva is meditating upon Vishnu. Somebody asked Shiva, I think it was Parvati, what were you meditating upon? Upon Vishnu. And Vishnu most probably is meditating upon Shiva, because these two fires, they have to come together in manifestation, giving all possibilities from above and from below of the divine. manifesting in our bodies, in our minds, in our emotions. And this is the divine game. Yeah. Beautiful divine game. And we will see in the first hymn, by the way, how it is being realized, how Agni is rising to heaven and descends down. That will be most probably the topic of the next session, I guess. Today was kind of again introductory overview of the foundations of this vision of who Agni is and who is this mystic fire, and why it is in the universal sense, the nature, the earthly nature, the psychic presence on earth, yes, which gives everybody who takes the body, the physical body on earth, the possibility to evolve the psychic being, the divine individual being. This is something amazing to think of. That's why all the gods, all the Rakshasas, demons who are typal beings, are attracted to earth. They all want to have that possibility to grow in consciousness and to become even as supreme. Yeah? Because everyone here can become him. He wanted to be many. And that is his unending evolution through this means of Agni, aspiring higher and higher, flaming, calling to the greater and greater realizations of the divine, and transforming our being, making it more and more suitable for that greater consciousness. All right, here I will stop and we will start with the second shloka next time. Agniv purvebhih rishibhih. Yes.
Vladimir, I have a question regarding the structure because I am seeing it for the first time. So I wanted to know what is Varga 137, then Mana, Anu 1, and then Chand Gayatri, and then, why there are 9 and there are always 9 lines, or maybe later, but
Sure. I will tell you everything with happiness. Nobody wants to know these things, but this is the most juicy stuff for those who want to study the Veda. Yes, Chandas is the meter Gayatri, Devata Agni, to whom we call, and the Rishi Madhu Chandas, the Vaishvamitra, the grandson of Vishvamitra. Yeah, so the one who speaks the word is Rishi, the Devata who is invoked and involved is Agni in this case, and the meter by which it is done is Gayatri, 888, 3 times 8, yeah? 8 syllabic pada. Agnim ile purohitam, 8, Yajnasya devam ritvijam, 8, Hotaram ratnadhatamam, 8.
Wow. Oh, then why is the grandson's name before? Like, why is it written like you said? Madhuchanda is grandson of Vishwamitra. So why his name is coming before his?
Yeah, well, this is the first mandala, which is composed of different rishis, and somehow, as Vyasa decided, because Vyasa compiled the Vedas, decided that this is the most appropriate opening for the Rigveda. And he is totally right. We will see it when we will analyze the hymn. We will see why this hymn is the first. We saw the last hymn. Why the last we can imagine, yeah, because this is unity for the humanity come together. But why this is the first, we will have still to discover.
And why 9 lines?
Also, we will have to discover.
Okay.
Can I ask something?
Yes, please go ahead.
I was wanting to understand. One is that why is the term yama and yummy used for those two, the parting of the soul and the coming back, like you said, yummy. So why the term yummies in terms of the etymology of the word?
It's actually twin, yeah, yama. It's like a double, yeah. That's
nothing to do with the control idea of yama to control. I mean, if you go to the root of it.
Yeah, also yam, to fashion, to control, also not only to control, but also to furnish, to fashion, to put in shape, to put in order. Yes. And
Okay, because then it would make sense why, if there is this fashioning and all of that, then
mhm.
one can understand why they are that which carries you beyond and also brings you back, reshapes you into creation.
Yeah, but in the Rigveda they are twins, simply twins. Yeah, but luminous twins. Yama is considered to be one of the Adityas. Yeah, Yama, Surya, Prajapatya from the Isha Upanishad. Yeah. So Yama is one of the luminous godheads. Aurobindo speaks about this, that he is Aditya. He is not just small being. He represents the whole group soul of humanity. He is in charge of our reincarnations here. All these billions of people are going through his, path. He discovered the path back, and he sends the souls down. And Yami, his twin sister, is taking charge of them here, that they will find their destination.
But when we talk of Yama Raja, is it the same Yama we are referring to there also?
I guess so. I don't know any other Yama, in a way.
Okay.
It evolved in a mythological sense. It became, since he appeared many times when the soul was leaving the body, it was kind of easy to say that he was the Lord of Death. Yeah, but he is also Dharma Raja, so he is not just the Lord of Death. So that kind of secret mission of Yama, Vedic mission, got veiled. Yeah. And the surface characteristics became more prominent.
Because I was also thinking of the Dharma Raja and death and all. And one thing that struck me is that um, all of creation works with this incredible rhythm, the right. Everything has got this mathematical precision. And it is when, and that is what is this also one of the key components of the concept of dharma. Like dharma is really the what do you say, the quintessence of satyam, ritam, brihat. It's all these three ideas are embedded in the idea of dharma, because you have to know the truth, you have to enact it, and the best result is and it upholds whatever you're trying to do. So therefore dharma is the, it's the, what do you say, the, in a nutshell, the Vedic satyam, ritam, brihat. But then because everything works in such harmony, in such precision, when we are in adharma, when we move away from that, that's when there is there is friction and what do you say, there will be like wearing out, that imbalance, and
Misalignment.
that's when
Yes. Yeah.
yes, and that's when death, because as long as we are in harmony, in the rhythm, then there is less, there's greater chances of immortality at all levels, of course.
Yeah, there is more effective action of the spirit on because we all came here for that action. We came to bring the spiritual influence on this unregenerated being. So that is dharmic. That is rhythm. Rhythm means we are aligned totally, and we allow that energy to come through and do its work through us. That is the rhythm, and that is dharma also. But as Bhishma would ask at the end of his life, I don't know. I know what is dharma, I know what is adharma, but I don't know why adharma is attracting me, not dharma. And this is a big philosophical question. And I think I somewhere intuitively, I know the answer, my own answer, if you want, if you will. It's quite amazing, because there is one simple because the divine is to be everywhere. There should be no adharmic spot whatsoever. So we are attracted to adharma because we want to find the divine everywhere. There must be something there. That's why it is so tempting us as souls who came here for transformation, to transform that adharmics. We are attracted to adharma because we know somewhere there is hiding, the truth is hiding, the bliss is hiding there, and I want to discover it. Of course, we fail, we feel pain, we do mess, we create a mess, but still, something is going on in spite of that mess. Some transformation is taking place. That's most probably the answer to Bhishma's question, why adharma is attracting me more than dharma. Why the darkness is attracting us. Yeah? Yes? Yes, Prita.
Yeah, I was saying this is so optimistic and very realistic for tough situations.
Also, yes. By the way, I put this beautiful Sri Aurobindo's quotation. Let me project, since we are here, from Savitri. I put this Savitri's quote onto my Facebook. Let me find this. Have you seen this beautiful also? Let me find this for us. This quotation from Savitri. Let us look into it. This is an amazing thing. Alive. It is from The Secret Knowledge. Alive in a dead rotating universe, we whirl not here upon a casual globe, abandoned to a task beyond our force. Though it may seem so, it may seem that we are abandoned here, we are left to do impossible tasks, but it is not the case. Even through the tangled anarchy called fate, and through the bitterness and death and fall, an outstretched hand with capital H is felt upon our lives. It is that support of the divine to our souls. It is near us in unnumbered bodies and births. In its unslackening grasp, it keeps for us safe the one inevitable supreme result. The one inevitable supreme result no will can take away, no doom change. The crown of conscious immortality. The Godhead promised to our struggling souls when first man's heart dared death and suffered life. This is Yama and Yami, first death and suffered life, Yami. One who has shaped this world is ever its Lord. It must be so, can't be otherwise. Our errors are his steps upon the way. He works through the fierce vicissitudes of our lives. He works through the hard breath and battle and toil. He works through our sins and sorrows and our tears. His knowledge overrules our nescience. His knowledge overrules our nescience. Whatever the appearance we must bear, whatever our strong ills and present fate, when nothing we can see but drift and bail, a mighty guidance leads us still through all. This is the absolute Vedic vision.
Beautiful.
Okay, this is a good place to... You wanted to say something, Anuradha, still?
Naiva. No, just the fact of why we are attracted towards darkness is the Vedic vision of initially there was this light that withdrew itself and there was this darkness that became the dominant reality in which Agni plunged. So every lifetime, what I understood through my little research is that every life experience is this light which has plunged into the realm of darkness and is trying to grow the light within, so that's the Agni aspiring up. And because darkness is the milieu in which this plunge took place, that is what is the more dominant reality for all of us. And it's only, and that's why what the mother says also, it's only if you can hold on to the psychic being that that light will allow the way to shine forth. Otherwise, if we are not in connection, we are necessarily in darkness. I mean, there is
Yeah.
what I see from the Vedic thing is that it's a very simple game at the end. It's like just these two sets of cards you can play. Either you're playing the card of light. If you're not, by default, you're playing the card of darkness. Either we are playing the card of expansion. If you're not, by default, we're playing the card of the small. So we really have very little option but to consciously choose and stick to it. That is
Beautiful. Yeah, I agree. And there are, of course, these twilights realms and all the gray zone. Yeah.
I was going to say there are 3,547,000,000,000,000 shades between the two cards of dark and light.
And I'm sure it's not the final number because you can split those also.
So because it's very
degrees
interesting.
Sorry, I was saying just in different degrees of brightness.
Yes. And to which direction you go? You go brighter direction or darker direction. This is the either towards light or towards darkness. Of course, we are neither total darkness nor total light. We are all the varieties. But what direction? Go left or right? It's like nearly, yeah. It's absolutely true, yes. And every time, every moment in our life, we have to make a choice. It's in a constant, ongoing dialogue within us. Just notice, light or darkness, selfishness or selflessness, giving oneself to the light or keeping to oneself, secure or just surrender. And there's ongoing bazaar. How much?
The bunnies.
Yes. How much will you give for this? Okay, I will do one step. But how much for me? For me, a little, not much. Somewhere, some lower being is always whispering, telling you. So it wants something from this.
The not so funny thing, but still funny, is that one little step sometimes can be off the cliff. It's a small step, but it's off the cliff when you move all the way down.
Yes. I want a little boom and you're in the abyss. Yes. Great. Okay,
So
great.
hell,
Yeah.
sorry.
Preetam?
The Yama and Yami part. So the hell is real then. So Yama has got this responsibility of like taking people there. So when there are a lot of talks around heaven and hell. So is it real? What does it mean?
Hell, what is hell really? There are, you see, as we have infinite light, we have also infinite darkness, as Aurobindo translates. And within that infinite darkness, there are all kind of things, creatures, forces, and if you're caught by them, one has to be very careful, and dragged by them if you're not aware of who you are. If you are aware, they can't do much. You just have your own powers. Soul is almighty. It has more power than that darkness. But the weak souls, which do not have total awareness or partial awareness, they may be tricked by the kind of misleading dawns, as Aurobindo says, into some wrong places. And not to fall, not to be attacked by these forces, these Saramaya dogs or these assistants from Yama are sent to assist the soul in this journey over this dangerous region where they are all showing up. There is a field which we have to cross, or the river to another shore. When the person dies, we always these images, or either tunnel, long tunnel, and at the end light, or there is a river to cross onto other shore where you see your ancestors are waiting for you or something. Or the field full of wild animals, wolves, who are attacking you when you are crossing. So you need a help. And you have to know where to go. this infinity, there are so many paths and ways to go. Where would you find your place? Where to go?
So there's one last thought that came to me as you were speaking. And when you gave the example of the baby cat and the baby monkey, is that at a cognitive level, the baby cat method is that of the intuition, where you're not applying anything of your accumulated thing. It's not anything to do with you just trust, and you just trust that you will get it. Whereas the baby monkey is this thinking, now hold, all of that. So just in terms of also the surrender.
Very nice, very nice. Nice intuition, about intuition.
Because if Sarama is the what do you say, the guides or the dogs that guide the soul, then intuition, they represent intuition, and therefore it is really that again, because the mind can never know, not that it can never know, but the mind in its working is faltering. It's not an instrument of knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's an instrument of memory and conditioning and all, as it stands.
Yes. For intuition, you have to let it work. You cannot really make it work. Yeah? You have to step back. You have to allow that power to show you what it is. So, and you have to follow it. Sarama follows her own drive, and Indra will follow her and will find the hidden, the stolen cows. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for these insights. They are very valuable. They are all necessary for us, for the development of our psychology, for knowing why this literature is important to us and to humanity in general. Such an archetypal language, such a beautiful universal language, simple. It can reach anyone. You don't need to be an educated person for this, some kind of academic background. You don't need for this. You need to have open being looking for the truth. Great. Okay, I'm then closing with the mantra for today. Om Saha Om Vang me manasi pratishthitam mano me vachi pratishthitam aviravirma edhi vedasyama ani sthaha shrutam me ma prahasihi anena dhitena horatran samdadhami Ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, tanmamavatu, tadvaktaramavatu, avatu mam, avatu vaktaram, avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now you understand why this, may that protect me, protect the speaker. That what I will express, the dynamic and static truth. I need a protection. Yeah, because I am going into the realms of the spirit, and there misleading dawns are waiting. Yeah, they want me to be kind of slippering away into some kind of voodoo or something and start doing wrong things. And I need a protection. Every one of us who follows this path needs support and protection of the spirit. Great. Okay, so let us meet next time. Okay, great. See you then. All the best. Bye.